Okay, so last week we covered tillers and suckers. We covered the corn smut, which you seem to be very fond of. Is there anything else you have questions about this year? Anything that you've seen that you want to know about before we wrap up the season?
Those bee-like creatures at the tassel of my corn.
Those bee-like creatures on the tassels of your corn. You are talking about hoverflies. Let's see. Look through here and see if you can find one where there's a bunch of them. We'll get up on them and talk about them. There we go. There's one.
I know fluffy.
Hoverflies. These bee-like creatures we keep seeing on the corn. Okay, so a lot of people mistake these for sweat bees, but they're not sweat bees. These are hoverflies. And there are a whole lot of species of hoverflies. I don't know a figure right off of my head, but I know we've seen dozens of them here. What we're looking at specifically is, and the ones that get all over our skin and all over everything man-made, these are cornflies. We commonly call cornflies. Okay, so these little annoying guys that swarm us on any hot day, they swarm anything white, they swarm anything man-made, whether we're in the corn or not, and we see them quite often on the young tassels, stuff that still has pollen. These guys specifically are referred to as the common name of corn flies because they're highly attracted to corn. Now the reason for that is the aphids. Corn flies are one of the few natural predators of aphids. The other two are ladybugs and lacewings. The interesting thing about corn flies, though, is that the aphids have no defense mechanism against the corn flies. They know when the lacewings are coming. They know when the ladybugs are coming. That's why the other two are only marginally effective against corn flies. What corn flies have, though, they lay eggs and their larvae eat the aphids. It's been said that a single cornfly larva will eat up to 2,000 aphids before it metamorphosizes into adult. So you think about all the cornflies we've seen through here, even if, let's say real low number, even if there's only 1,000 cornflies out here, if each and every one of those cornflies ate 2,000 aphids to become an adult, how many aphids?
2 million?
2 million. So, and we know there's more than 1,000 just in your little field. These guys are voracious, extremely efficient aphid killers. And you notice about 3 weeks ago when we were making cider, you and I, when it was just down to me and you, we were talking about aphids. I had seen some black aphids out here. You had said something about some clear aphids. I would challenge you now that we've seen the boom of population of cornflies, I would challenge you to walk through this field and find any aphids. You may find one or two, but guess what? You're going to find cornflies laying eggs real close to them. Because once the aphid population build up, the cornflies come in. Now we've got millions of cornflies everywhere, no aphids. Here before long, the cornfly population will die down. And we shouldn't get any more aphids this year. We're getting close enough to fall. It ain't going to be a bother. So where aphids used to do a lot to destroy... Is that your cat?
Yes.
Okay. Aphids used to do a lot to destroy the crops. Ever since the cornflies come around, I've never had a problem with aphids in corn. Now, that for some reason that doesn't translate to other plants. Cornflies are specifically attracted to the corn. Even you look at like the wild grapevines are covered in aphids right now. You'll see some cornflies randomly around it, but they don't clear it out of aphids like they do corn. So as annoying as these guys are, they're great for our corn. I don't care that they are tickling me all day long during the summer, because they're protecting our corn from the aphids. You should walk around here tonight, if nothing else, when you're watering. Pay close attention to like this area under your tassel. There are little jumping spiders everywhere, and I've probably seen 20 of them just walking through here this evening eating a hoverfly. It's pretty cool. So yeah,
Just let them be though.
huh?
Just let them be though, right?
Oh yeah, just let them be. Just let them be.
Like they're gonna jump on you and attack you.
No, they're just the little tiny black jumping
You're
spiders.
just saying it's cool to watch.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
like watch
Well,
out
you
when they
know,
jump
you
on
know how much I love spiders. I mean,
especially jumping ones.
yeah, jumping spiders are our friends. No.
Except to my one in the toilet.
Now I'll walk around and look, and I won't be able to show you one. Oh, there's one right here. He's on the back side of this. I can barely see him dragging a hoverfly. They're just tiny little guys that just hatched within the last week.
There's also one right here.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah, he's actually eating it.
The slower you move and the longer you look, the more of these jumping spiders you're going to see. They're all through the field right now, just having a heyday with the hoverflies. But that's fine because the hoverflies have they've done their job. So
they have decimated the aphid population for
yeah,
this year.
yep,
This is basically like a yearly thing.
yeah.
Like the aphids come, the ants come.
Yeah. What'll happen? The aphids will wake up. They'll climb up. They'll wake up in the soil. They'll climb up the stalk. They'll start attacking the plants. They'll start breeding. There will be a few hoverflies come in. Hoverflies will start attacking the aphids. Suddenly you'll have a massive hoverfly boom. All the aphids will be gone. And then you'll have all this huge overpopulation of hoverflies, and they'll die off because they don't live very long anyway. And then by the time first frost, you don't have any aphids or hoverflies. Funny thing is, it's only on the corn. So there's the corn flies, or the hoverflies.